It was like, oh, some kids got this. And then the two kids get up there, and it's just wide left every time. Wide left. I'm like, oh, man.
What's up, Hornets? Welcome to the season premiere of Talk of the Town. I'm Nick Rouman, and I'm here joined today by Hunter Easton. He's going to give us more insight on himself as an athlete, a student, and a community member. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Welcome.
Thank you, Nick, for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for being here.
Anytime.
So, we'll get it started. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm super excited to be on the pod. It's been a good day of school, so I'm ready to go. Fired up, yeah.
Excited for the break?
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay.
Cannot wait.
Good. All right, so big baseball guy yourself. Tell me about your journey as a baseball player. You've obviously been playing for years now.
Wow, yeah. So I've been playing since I was about 5 years old. T-ball with my dad. Yeah. Been playing for as long as I can remember, just holding a bat in my hands. Played for Saline my whole life. They have a Saline 8U Sabies team, so I played from 8U till 14U for the Saline Sabies, and then obviously high school Saline baseball. So it's been one heck of a ride. I'm excited for one last senior season, and it's been a journey for sure, and I've really evolved just as a leader and as a person. Baseball's taught me a lot of life lessons: hard work, dedication, being a great teammate and person first and foremost. So. It's been quite the journey, and I wouldn't trade the world for it.
So what kind of adversity have you faced on the come up from obviously very young to your whole life you've been playing baseball? What kind of adversity have you faced, and how have you dealt with that?
I think I'm interesting because there's a lot of good athletes that are born really good athletes, a lot of natural given talents and abilities. When I was growing up, I wasn't always the fastest kid. I wasn't the biggest kid. Yeah. But, as I've grown, I've learned, the hard work in the weight room, hard work on the field, and hard work in the classroom can kind of change those things. Honestly, just to be frank, I used to be kind of the big kid in class. I used to kind of get bullied a little bit almost. And I've tried to change my ways and just work really hard, prove some people wrong, and also prove all my coaches and friends right, everyone who's believed in me. So. Yeah, it's kind of been the main adversity, and then just some stuff along the way, but all that stuff's little compared to everything else.
For sure. So, obviously now, Saline baseball player, right? Captain, right? EL captain.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your accomplishments within baseball, as in personal accomplishments, team accomplishments.
Yeah, so team first. Last year we had a really good year. It was one of our only 10. It was like one of our only. We have only had like 10 30-win seasons ever. And so we had one of them last year. We went 31-7, 31-8, something like that. So it was a great year. Won the league, which is a big deal for us. It's what we push for every week. And then year before that, we won the district and won the league again. So, we're hoping for a little more this year. Maybe win the league, win a district, regional, and then main goal is to win the state championship, obviously. It's what we strive for and talk about every day. So we've been working really hard on that. Meetings Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning. We got a bunch of 6 a.m. stuff coming up in January and February. So it's early, but you learn to love it, and I think that's the cool thing about Saline baseball is it's really like nothing else. Because there's a lot of great sports at our high school, but I don't think any sport does as much as baseball in terms of being together and getting up early to do stuff. It's a true brotherhood. So. Yeah, and then personal accomplishments last year, 2024, all-conference, all-district, and then I was academic all-state, which that was a really big accomplishment for me just because my grades matter so much. Yeah. My mom teaching here, she holds me accountable for sure, but that's a big one for me, and my biggest like accomplishment I would say is just trying to be a leader for the guys. Getting voted EL captain all 4 years it's a big deal. So
Yeah.
it's a good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah.
So that off-season training, what drives you to want to put this much work in to your game?
Yeah. So I mean, I think my main motive is just the guys around me. Like, I'm a huge team guy. Like, if there's, I don't want to be self-centered whatsoever. I want to be full team, full we over me type of guy. So when I'm working, I'm always thinking of my teammates. Like, how can I be better so that when we get on the field, I give our team the best chance to win. And if I'm not doing that on a daily basis, then I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's kind of my framework for what I want to do each and every day.
Good. So, congratulations recently, Hope College commit.
Yeah, thank you, Nick.
Tell me about that process.
Recruiting is a crazy process.
Yeah.
It's insane for sure. Just you go on a lot of visits, a lot of coaches talk to you, a lot of phone calls and texts. It's just my main piece of advice to anyone going through it would be like, just find the right fit for you, find a place where you're wanted. And like that was a big thing for me with Hope. It was, the coaches like me. I really like their coaching staff. I love the vision for their program. And, they want to go win championships just like Saline baseball, which is what I stand for. And I see myself having a good path there. And just the people at Hope are awesome. Like, just everyone you meet, even, like not even just the coaches. Like, my admissions officer is awesome. My tour guide was one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like, it's just great people there. And campus is beautiful. Academics are great. So really you just have to weigh, like, what you want in a school. And for me, Hope was a perfect fit, had it all. So I could not be more excited.
Good. Yeah, so can you go a little more in depth about the National Athletic Advisory Council? Can you tell me how you even got involved in that and then, how you're inspired to keep that going?
Yeah. So I saw it on Twitter. It was like, you can apply for this. Me and my mom saw it, and then Coach Z saw it. So we kind of like worked together. Just how can I get in this? And then the process, I had like 2 interviews, and then I got in. And what we do is monthly Zoom calls. It's basically all of us just like, what are some things in the community people are stressed out about? Mm-hmm. How can we control what we can control? And how can we really, take the next steps to build success, even if it's a negative thing? Like, there was that Chinese balloon. That was like one of the first topics we actually talked about because people were very stressed out about it, like where that actually was. So we were just talking about like control what you can control, do all that. So it can be a big issue like that, or it can be as small of an issue as like you got a teammate not doing what they're supposed to do. You're kind of beefing with them or whatever. So it's like, how can you be a leader in those things? So I'd say that's one aspect. And then the other big aspect is mental health for athletes. Like, I'm huge on that. I'm huge on like visualizing success, and like for me, automatic negative thoughts have always been a big thing for me in terms of like my failure comes from, oh, I suck, that sort of stuff, instead of like, no, I'm going to get through it, like growth mindset type of thing. So we do a lot of stuff on that. It's like analyze what you're actually worried about. Why are you worried about that? And then how can you like change yourself and your thinking to not be worried about it? And honestly, that's a huge part of my baseball success, just mentally, just being able to like, adversity hits, I'm good. I mean, no big deal. So, yeah, that's kind of the gist of the council. But it's a great experience. It's awesome.
That's good. I love your mindset about, negativity comes your way, you're going to grow from it, and not let it bring you down. So you're a very passionate guy, obviously. And one way that you use your passion is high school game day. So walk me through that process. How did that come about? How did you execute that?
Yeah, so, I mean, first of all, it was a ton of fun. It was one of the most fun times I've had besides something like not baseball.
Right.
Like,
it was fun to watch.
I appreciate that, yeah. It was a great show. I mean, so obviously the football team, they had a great start. And then those incidents happened. It was like the racial stuff. And then we had the residency violation. So we kind of, me and Matt Moreno, we were always like, I kind of came to him with the idea junior year, and I was like, yo, what if we were student section leaders and we did this? And he's like, yo, that's a cool idea. But we never like really talked about doing it until this year. So then when all that stuff happened on the back of the car, we could feel morale was low in Saline. So we're like, we got to do something. And that's kind of where game day came to life, as like, how can we like reunite this community through just a pregame football show? That's all it was. Like, really, it was that simple. So we did that, and then the residency violations happened, which obviously stunk for the football team, but it was good because it was like we could unite a community even more, because it was like in a span of 3 to 4 weeks, 2 really bad things happened that weren't a great look for our school. For sure. And I thought game day was a really positive light to shine on the community, and I really thought it brought the community together. Like, I heard from countless people, like, the show was great, and how that's exactly what Saline is all about. And, it was really cool to bring the community together. Yeah. So, and it was obviously a ton of fun. Did everything College Game Day does, kicking competitions and picks and analysis, interviewed Coach Short. So it was a great time. Me, Matt Moreno, Noah Reeves, Brendan Wawrinski, shout out those guys. Ton of fun. So it was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you plan on going into a field like that when you're post-secondary?
I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm really interested in business, but also game day was so fun. It's like, it kind of makes me want to shift to like media or something like that, because I thought I did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
but appreciate it.
It was great. Again, it
was a great time. So I mean, we'll see how everything shapes out in my life. I'm not going to rule anything out, but it's definitely an avenue. Yeah, especially with that little bit of experience, and then doing this pod.
Of course.
Best podcast in town. So,
the next question, I guess, would be, is High School Game Day coming back anytime this year?
So it is going to come back.
Okay.
We don't know exactly what date yet, but we're going to do basketball. Okay. And what we're hoping to do would be like, those days where the doubleheader where the girls and boys play. We were going to do something like that, where it's like we could highlight the girls and the boys, pregame, which I think would be really cool. Just doing that, spreading to more sports, as many sports as we can. Yeah. And I think the students loved it too, because we got them involved with competitions. Maybe instead of the kicking competition, a little half-court shot for some edge merch or something. And then kind of one thing that I've wanted to do with game day, that especially for basketball, was all the proceeds go to charity on game day night, and it's a big cancer funding night. Yeah. Because for me, when we did game day, my initial thought was just bringing the community together. And for me, one of my longtime coaches and mentors, he passed away. Coach Abbott, Austin's dad, which he's awesome, passed away to cancer. So if we could do something for him, because baseball did a charity night, so if we could do game day cancer charity on that night, I think that'd be just the best. It would embody what Saline is all about, bringing everybody together, game day, charity game, some hoops on the hardwood. I think that would be a really, really cool thing to do. Obviously, we're still working out details with Miss Mantha and everything, so we'll get that rolling soon. So.
Okay. Good. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we'll certainly be on the lookout. What's your most fun experience within all of it? Baseball, your community events, clubs, anything.
Most fun?
You got any stories to tell? Anything you could?
Okay, well, this is kind of funny. So back to game day. So we did the kicking competition, and so me and Brendan are out on the field. Okay. And we're testing out the field goals. Okay, how long do we want the field goal to be? Yeah. We put it at 30 yards-ish. It's almost a PAT in college. Me and Brendan, full suit, we both make it. And we're like, okay, we're going to have some kid make one, and we're all going to go crazy. We kind of made it easy. And I'm not trying to brag, but it was like, oh, some kid's got this. And then the two kids get up there, and it's just wide left every time. Wide left. I'm like, oh, man. But we still gave out prizes. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stories. There's a lot of everything I do is fun people and fun times. So
you're a fun guy.
I appreciate it. Yeah. It's high school's been super fun. I get to speak at graduation this year, so
Nice.
preparing that speech.
Looking forward to that.
Hopefully I don't stutter or something. That would be not good. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of my fun story. Is just
Right.
game days. It was
a
chaotic,
blast. Yeah,
but
it
also
was,
just so funny.
Yeah.
It was so fun and awesome.
This brings us to the end of our show. Make sure to check out Talk of the Town's other episodes when they come out on the Celine Video YouTube channel. I'm your host, Nick Rouman. We'll talk to you soon.